Initially, I wasn't going to make a video about this, but as the news and rumors built, I felt I had to. Xbox is dead. Microsoft killed it. The latest rumor is Microsoft is going to cancel their next console. Why not? Why release it if you're going full third party? The writing was on the wall the second it was announced that Xbox games would be released on PlayStation 5 and Switch. One could make the argument that this is all the result of buying Activision Blizzard. But let's be real. There is no way a company below $69 billion on a purchase and not resort to aggressive measures to recoup that cost. Also keep in mind that Microsoft spent billions of dollars buying studios prior to Activision. Here we are in 2025 and they still don't have much to show for any of it. Xbox hardware gets a price increase twice. Game Pass gets a major price increase. Xbox cancels their own internally built portable Xbox in favor of letting Asus build it. Then they charge $1,000 for the best version. But the game library isn't strong enough to justify any of it. There was mention of the Surface line in the video on the NBG channel that brought up a point. I own a few Surface computers, but they were never built for gaming. Yes, they can run PC games, but the spec shows you Microsoft never built those to truly game. I've seen a $2,600 top spec Surface computer with 32 gigabytes of RAM, Core i7, and 1 terabyte SSD, but is packed with a 3050 Ti with 4 gigabytes of VRAM. You can use that for productivity and get a lot done, but you're not running the latest AAA games at good quality with that GPU. I say this acknowledging the Surface engineers are some of the best, as the best Surface computers released have been beautifully engineered. The Xbox Series X, the Series S, and the One X are three of the best built consoles the industry has ever seen. When Microsoft sets their mind to it, they can build some great hardware. So what went wrong? The problem is the same as it's always been. The games. It's always been about the games. Why haven't Sony or Nintendo had problems moving hardware at retail over the recent years? Because they have quality exclusives that their customers and a percentage of people in general will buy their hardware just to play. Which then inspires third parties to support the platform. Xbox doesn't have enough compelling exclusives that inspire more gamers to buy their hardware at retail. Phil Spencer is dead wrong. It's always been about the games. You want to beat Sony? You have to make better exclusives. It's not about ray tracing. It's not about 4K. Switch spanked everyone at retail without any advanced gaming features. Nintendo outsold PlayStation 4 and Xbox One with the original Switch in large part because of the games. Being portable helps too. Who cares about the Joy-Con and the dock though, if there aren't any compelling games to play? Xbox has the hardware, but the exclusives pale in comparison to Sony and Nintendo. That's been Xbox's Achilles heel since 360. Yes, in that generation they had fantastic third-party support. Halo was firing on all cylinders, Gears and Forza were still fresh, ports were better on 360 in most cases. Sony dropped the ball early with PlayStation 3, and Wii was just weird. But the horrible Xbox One launch saw a lot of third-party support prioritize PlayStation 4 over Xbox One, which exposed the weaknesses in the platform. It fell to the first and second-party developers to carry the console, to inspire sales at retail and convince third parties to take Xbox seriously again. It simply didn't happen. Xbox failed that test where Sony passed it in the PlayStation 3 generation, and Nintendo carried their platforms during the N64, GameCube, and Wii U generations, which were pretty weak for them. PlayStation 4 crushed the Xbox platform last generation in the head-to-head. Xbox One X was awesome in terms of power, but the killer exclusives still weren't there. The PlayStation 4 library was simply better than the Xbox One library, even though One X was more powerful than PlayStation 4 Pro. Microsoft never corrected this flaw in their business plan. Sure, they tried, buying up studios like it was going out of style, dig into the war chest, throw some money around to buy solutions. But here we are years later. What do they have to show for it? Call of Duty, Oblivion, Starfield, Redfall? Give me a break. Same as the prior generation. PlayStation 5 simply has a stronger library of exclusives that Xbox can't match, which is why PlayStation 5 is curb stomping Series X at retail. It's always been about the games. The game industry in general has sacrificed optimization, stability, and performance for new technologies that aren't really ready for prime time. Xbox followed that trend to their detriment. Sony did too, but as stated, Sony followed the trends with better development studios and a better IP portfolio to back it up. As an example, when was the last time Sony screwed up God of War? Ascension? Maybe. To be fair, God of War Ascension wasn't a bad game. It just wasn't as good as God of War 3. When was the last time Nintendo screwed up Zelda? Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, released in 1987? Similar to God of War Ascension, The Adventure of Link wasn't necessarily bad. It just wasn't better than the original Legend of Zelda. Xbox screwed up Halo twice. One of the greatest gaming IP in the history of the industry. How do you allow that to get screwed up? Twice! 3 times if you count the buggy Master Chief Collection launch. Halo 5 was too short, with brain-dead squad AI, and at times had art direction that was more Metroid than Halo. Halo Infinite was a year late and content short. Then 343 gave up on split-screen co-op and tapped out of making any new campaign content, saying it was too hard. Even now, 343 is so lame that the plan going forward is to remake the original Halo instead of continuing the current story. How can you trust a company that is so incompetent that they screwed up their best IP multiple times? Xbox couldn't even get Perfect Dark right. If Xbox was clueless about what to do with Perfect Dark, just remaster it to buy time to figure out what a proper sequel should be. No, they just killed it. No new Banjo and Kazooie, no new Killer Instinct, no new Jet Force Gemini. Remember when Xbox Live Arcade was a thing? Tell me a new Blast Corps or RC Pro-Am or Cobra Triangle as a budget Xbox Live Arcade title couldn't be awesome. So many missed opportunities. Xbox is sacrificed as a brand for a $69 billion Call of Duty purchase and bad internal leadership and development. As gamers, we face higher prices for current Xbox hardware, higher prices for portable Xbox hardware, and higher prices for services. But the library still isn't as good as what's on PlayStation 5. We're not even going to get into it with the PC library because at this point, no one is beating Steam. It's over. Going third party is all that's left. Xbox as a hardware platform is dead. Sega says, "Welcome, brother."